time for Cherylyn Bands.
Hi Chuckies, Cherylyn Bands here. So this is going to be like a part 2 of the YouTube what I did before about the mole at the mall New Year's Eve. I'm not sure if you've watched it, but as I said, this is a part 2. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch the first one, come back, watch this again so it all makes sense. So it's like a marathon sort of thing. Or you can even just watch this one and go and watch the first one, and it'll be out of order, but you would have seen the whole thing, so you know every certain sort of thing what's going on, because there's a lot to take in. But I've been through a lot, let's just say that. Yeah, but anyway, in the last time I was telling you about my New Year's Eve, there was this lady, if you call her that. So we're in the car park and she's trying to force us to get out of the way so she could move through. She was being quite cruel to me. She called me overweight and fat. There was a bit of an argument, but we went our separate ways. And then later on that night, Terry and I were going home after watching the fireworks at the Koshigai Park. We noticed this lady had crashed her car into a pole. Okay, she was out on the street, covered in blood. You know, she looked like Carrie sort of thing. Now, I didn't hit her or anything like that. I just leaned out of the car and I just like laughed at her, sort of thing, like at her misfortune. You know, some of you said that was childish of me. She was laughing at me also. You know, she sucked and sucked to get past, and so Terry eventually let her pass, and she laughed at me. So I was just laughing at her back, and yes, she was bleeding. She was covered in blood. But I didn't do that, so that doesn't exactly make me childish. She did that herself. She might have been an alcoholic drinking alcohol, for all I know. Who knows? So anyway, that's what happened on New Year's Eve. A month passes, I don't know, from a block or so, but I haven't seen her again. Anyway, so Taylor Swift came to Australia, the singer. You know, the big famous singer. She does Shake It Up. She does Gorgeous. You're so gorgeous. That one, I love that one too. She was coming for her Eras tour, and the whole fucking thing, all the tickets sold out. Everyone, all the tickets were gone. It was on the news. They were saying, you know, she's doing her Melbourne shows. And I said to Desiree, I said, I like her. Desiree, the jealous bitch, she's like, I hate her. She's shit. She's shit. And I said, she's fucking better than you. I said, I could probably get a ticket to her show. And Desiree's like, oh, you fuckhead. How can you get a ticket? They're all sold out. But I do know a lot of important people what love the absolute cunt out of me. So I texted my friend, what works in the radio. I won't say who, but they did not give me a ticket. They gave me 4 tickets. All the Sydney shows. I got a ticket to every single one. Desiree, she's like, give me one. I said, no. And then she goes, why? And I said, because I said no. She goes, come on, don't be a dog, give me a ticket. I said, Desiree, I only get 1 ticket per night. And she goes, well, just let me go to one of them. I said, you just fucking said you hate the girl. She goes, oh, she's all right. She goes, you got them for nothing. I think you can give me one. And I said, no, I'm using all of them. So anyway, night 1 comes along. I got Terry to drop me off at the Olympics Park, the stadium where the concert was. You know, so when I got to the Accor Stadium, it was fucking chockers, fucking idiots everywhere. So there's all these, not losers, but, you know, some of them was losers. They were all lining up and they were like fucking singing the Taylor Swift songs, and they had all these fucking bangles and glitter and whatever all over them. But yeah, they were all singing. It was very hard to concentrate. You got people hanging around the front what didn't even have tickets. Like one lady came up to me, she's got 2 little girls with her. She's like, do you know where I can buy tickets from? My little girls really want to see Taylor Swift. I said, darling, it's all sold out. You can't buy tickets. She goes, where did you get tickets from? I said, darling, I can't help you. I said, I was given VIP tickets from someone really important, but I cannot tell you who it is. And she was like, please, it's for me daughters. I said, sorry, if your daughters were that important, you would have bought the tickets months ago. But anyway, I walked past all these people lining up, all the fans, and I walked straight to the VIP line. Yeah, so I'm lining up for around 20 minutes. So I'm waiting, and I look over at like the line of the non-VIP, normal, just everyday people line. Just normal people what go buy the tickets to the concert, and they're just the normal people. I'm in the line with the special VIPs, you know, people what bought the dear tickets, you know, and then there's the normal line with just the everyday, you know. So I see this lady, and she's obviously from Europe. Now, not very pretty, not ugly, but she wasn't pretty. Anyway, she's walking down the line, and she goes to people what she recognises, and she jumps in the line with them. Now, her friend, the lady what crashed the four-wheel drive on New Year's Eve. So, she was there, her friend or sister or something, and her little girl, like the little girl what was in the back of the car when on New Year's Eve when she crashed the car. That was the little girl. Yeah, she's lucky to be alive with the mums drinking and the crash in the car. But anyway, so this pretty tall, big unit of a lady, she jumps in the line with her friends, the lady, the sister, the little girl. There was all four of them. I didn't realise I was doing it, but I was obviously just watching them. So the big European unit lady, she's like, what are you staring at? And I just looked at her, I just said, oh, nothing, not looking at anything. She goes, yeah, they were just minding my spot because I went to the toilet. And I said, no, you're right. So I turned away, I was just ignoring them. And then I hear this stupid little voice, like little girl's voice. Mummy, that's that lady. So then I hear like gasping and then like chitter chatter. And so I glanced over and all four of them were just looking at me. So I turned away. You know, my line was moving a lot faster than theirs. You know, but I look back and I see the mum, the driver of the four-wheel drive, and she's obviously explaining to the other two what happened on New Year's Eve, because I can see her like explaining everything to them. So I look back and the big unit, she's just staring at me now, and she's got these big eyes. I'll never forget it. You know, I've never seen anything like it before. I won't say I was scared, but I was nervous. So anyway, I get to the front, and the lady, she reckons I didn't have the right kind of ticket. I said, hang on a minute, this is a VIP from someone very important at the radio station. They've given it to me. I told them who it was, but I can't tell you who it was. But yeah, I told the lady and I showed her the ticket, and she's like, I don't know what this is. I said, please let me in. She goes, no. And at this point, everyone's looking at me. And I look back at those ladies in the poor people line, and they're all just laughing at me at this point. I walked up to the ticket lady. I said, this is my ticket. This person has given me lots of tickets for things before, and I've never had this problem. So she pulls out her walkie-talkie, and she's like yapping on for a few minutes, talking to someone, and then she comes back to me and she said, it sounds like this is promo, whatever. She said, you have to go all the way to the other side and talk to the people that do that stuff, and there'll be people with special tags, and you've got to go see those people. She was like, we don't do this sort of ticket here. You know, the scanner doesn't read it. And I said, where is that? And she goes, the other side of, you know, the whole complex. I had to go all the way over there and find these people with these tags. And I'm trying not to cry at this point, and these ladies are just fucking pissing themselves. So I said to the ticket lady, I said, congratulations. You've just humiliated the absolute fuck out of me. And she goes, I'm sorry, but you hurry, go find those people. So I started to walk off, and those dumb bitches, they're just going, karma, baby, karma. You know, because that's what I said to the alcoholic lady when she crashed the car into the pole. And I just looked at her, I said, karma's a bitch, ain't it, darling? Oh, said karma's a bitch or whatever, but I was walking away and they're just cackling. Next minute I hear this man's voice, hey, come back, come back, come back. So I look over and now there's this man with the ticket lady and they're both calling me back. So I thought, here we go. And so the guy's like, sorry about that, because apparently the radio people were meant to tell me where to go, but I just went in the regular line. And the lady, she was like, I'm so sorry. The guy's like, no, it's not your fault. We should have told you. So anyway, they said I can go through at that part. I didn't have to go around to the other side. So I looked back at the ladies and they're just like pissed off. So I looked at them and I went, and then I just went inside. So then I went to like the shop part, the Eras Tour shop where they were selling all the Taylor Smith t-shirts and the bags and all the key rings. They had everything there. Posters, $40 for a fucking poster. I got to the front after waiting 20 minutes or whatever, and every single thing what they had, it was just so dear. I actually said to the black guy what was running it, I said, fuck that for a joke. That's too dear. What's the cheapest thing you got? And, you know, it was a fucking poster, $40. So I said, nah, fuck that. So anyway, I started to walk off, and as I was walking back, the three ladies and the little girl, they were walking towards the Eras Tour shop, right towards me. And the big one, she's like, karma's a bitch, isn't it? I said, sorry? And then she goes, oh, come on, you big fat cunt, talk shit now. I said, no, you're not worth it. So then I turned to the side and started to walk off, and she goes, nah, and she grabs me by the arm and pulls me back. She goes, why don't you want to fight now? And I said, I don't want to. She goes, because you're scared. I said, nah, I'm not scared. And then she goes, you're just a scared little cunt. And then the friend, the sister, the other lady, she goes, scared fat cunt. And then they all started laughing at me. And, you know, they were pissing me off. I said, I'm not scared. I said, I'm not dumb. I said, it's 3 against 1. I said, you're built like a fucking rhino, so it's more like 4 against 1. And how do I know you haven't primed the little one here to join in as well? I said, if you want to do this, Bigfoot, you go have a seat. I said, you, to the sister, I said, take the little one away so I don't have to murder her mother in front of her. And then I said, you, to the mother, I said, if you want to do this, I said, after the concert, 1-on-1, we can punch it out if you want to do it. I said, that's how we do it in Australia. None of this fucking European mafia bullshit. Then the rhino, she punched me right in the face, like up there like that. And everyone around was just looking at us. You know, they're stunned. I didn't know what to do. She had a good bloody fucking punch on her as well. My face was in pain. Security's looking at us. So the security guard, he comes up, he's like, everything all right? You know, and I'm there as a guest of my friend. So I was just like, yeah, everything's fine. We're all good. He was like, no dramas then, and walks off. You know, so I just looked at these bitches and just fucking shook my head, and then I walked off. So then the sister, the friend, she's come up behind me and she's grabbed my hair and she's yanking and I'm just going like this. I'm pretty sure the fucking rhino Sasquatch joined in, but then for a second it felt like I was in midair, and then I hear this fucking crack. It felt like I'd just waken up in a fucking brand new universe, like in another timeline, someone else's body. You know, everything was all blurry, and then I could feel my eyes shifting in and out of focus, and then I could see like the structure of the roof sort of thing. I'm on the floor. So then I was dizzy and my head was just like spinning, and like my vision just felt like it was like going in circles. I just felt like a little girl, like a little baby or something. I just started crying, started realising what happened, and I look up and these fucking bitches, they're just looking at me going, oh my god, they're fucking laughing at me. And then the mum, she's like, you shouldn't have done that, Stella, you know, you shouldn't have done that. And then they're like, go, and then they just went inside to the concert. And everything's still like a bit of a blur, but I was just laying there and people are like walking past me and staring, and some people taking photos and videos and shit. So then there was this lady, Teresa, you know, she was there with her daughter and her granddaughter to watch Taylor's concert. I didn't know her from a block of soap. So she runs over, she's like, everyone move, give her room. Move back, and she comes down to me, she's like, what's your name, love, what's your name? You know, but I couldn't talk or anything. I was out of it. At some point, the first aid people are over and Teresa's telling them what happened, and she's holding my hand the whole time. God love her. You know, so everyone's like bustling around me and getting revved up for the Eras tour. They put me in an ambulance, right? And Teresa's like, that's my sister. And they let her travel in the back of the ambulance with us, and she was still holding my hand. So they took me to Concord Hospital and they put me in the ICU. I was in there for a few hours. They were doing all these tests to me and whatnot. You know, I didn't even know what half of it was. They did do a CT scan on me, you know, and then at some point they moved me to the normal sort of bit because they need the ICU beds. I was just in and out of waking up, and then around 5 o'clock the next morning I woke up and Teresa was actually asleep in the chair next to my bed. So she woke up seeing that I was coming to, and then she was just like, don't move, darling, stay there. So she runs off, she comes back with a nurse. It was a nurse. I had a concussion and I had the beginnings of a fracture in the back of my skull. So it felt like I had 2 migraines at once. It was horrible. So Teresa was like, darling, you need to try and stay awake now. You've got to keep yourself awake. So I did, and the nurse was like feeding me painkillers and stuff. It wasn't actually too bad. I just felt very slow. Teresa, I was very lucky to have her because she actually picked my bag up and brought it with me. So my phone was in that, my purse was in that. Very lucky that Teresa did that for me. So Terry and Desiree roll in later that morning, telling me to stop always trying to start fights and all this, and Teresa's like, no, you bloody shut up. They were ganging up on her, you know, sticking up for me. So then it gets to like 2 p.m. and the nurses are still checking on me, and I said, right, when can I go? And they said, you'll be in overnight. I said, no, I've got to be somewhere. And they said, no, you can't, you have to rest. And then Teresa's like, where have you got to be? So I got the rest of the tickets out of my bag. I said, the Eras tour. And she goes, no, you won't be able to go to that. And I said, fuck's sake. I said, Teresa, you want it? And she was like, oh, no. And I said, no, you have it. And she was like, no, it's just 1 ticket and I don't need to go. My daughter and little one went last night. It's fine. So I ripped the bastard up. And Terry was like, don't do that. And I said, well, I can't go. And Desiree was like, you could have given it to me. I just looked at her and I said, I told you no. And then she's like, come on, give me the others. And I just looked at her, I said, you don't even like her. And then I ripped the rest of the Eras tour tickets up. And I'm laying in hospital. And Desiree's like, you're putrid, you make me sick. And Teresa's just sitting there, and I said to Desiree, I said, you can leave. She's like, don't worry, mate, I will. And she just walked out. And Terry's like, why do you have to be like that? I said, Terry, she doesn't even like Taylor Smith. Why the fuck would I give her a whole bunch of tickets? He goes, 'cause she's your daughter. I said, yeah, and what the fuck has she done for her daughter? Fucking nothing. He goes, yeah, well, you could have sold those tickets on Marketplace. You would have got like $1,000 for those. I said, yeah, right, and just give some random little girl my Eras tour tickets. I don't think so. I said, do you know how many people missed out? And you just want me to hand them over? No, they're gone. Oh, and then he goes, you know what else is gone? Fucking me. And then he just walked off trying to act like fucking Clint Eastwood or some shit. Yeah, so anyway, I have been in a lot of pain. I've been getting better, but I still have the migraines. You know, a lot of anxious attacks triggers my chronic asthma, so it's all connected. So, not to worry, I am getting better, as I said. One day I am going to be back on my game, and I am going to run into the mother with the 4-wheel drive, and let's just assume big Rhino Stella isn't going to be there to protect her. So I'd love to see how she's going to be able to handle herself in that situation. That's all I'm going to say on that. But yeah, Teresa, I love her. I think she's great. Comes over my house all the time. I go to her house as well. Me and her daughter Samantha, we get along really well. I will not let Desiree anywhere near them because Desiree is a total embarrassment and I don't want Teresa and Samantha to think badly of me. Yeah, but Teresa is easily already one of my best friends. She loves my YouTube, she loves my music. Her favourite song is Bussin' Up, what I did with Davey Does It. I love you, Teresa. But yeah, let's leave it at that. I just wanted to let everyone know what happened. So if you want to leave your support, please do so in the comments. I will most likely read some of the comments. You can add me on my Instagram site. That is at Cherylyn Barnes. Let's create awareness and post things about me on your stories. Also, if you want a cameo from me, you can book me on Cameo and I can do all sorts of different video message clips for you. Have a think about that. Please make sure you click subscribe so you can watch all the YouTubes that I've done in the past. But you'll be also able to see all the YouTubes that I do in the future days as well. Let's leave it at that. Thank you for listening to me. Big pussy kiss. And ciao for now, my chookies.